How's it going, YouTube? My name is Levi. This 20 by 8 foot space that you see here in my basement is JankNDthings, and I have been in the TCG player space, not TCG player, TCG space and Pokemon Magic the Gathering for quite some time. Mostly Pokemon for the last 5, 6 years. But I played Magic growing up and sold off a good portion of my dad's Magic the Gathering collection in 2022 and 23, I think. And um, yeah, I've been around for since about late 2019. Really started trying to treat this as a business in late 2020 um, during COVID and everything. Um, I have an older YouTube video. I probably said a lot of things that I didn't follow through on, such as making content, and who knows, that could be the same thing here right now. So um, we'll see what comes of it. But I just keep having this nagging that I kind of want to take another stab at this and see what happens. So um, one of the reasons why I wasn't able to follow through with content was just, I don't know, just hard. It's hard to put time into something like this that has not a net positive, result right away. Whereas primarily what I was doing last year was it was calculable rate of return. So um, time is time is everything for me. I have a family and a full time job, and um, yeah, it's hard to throw time at something like this that is not going to give me an immediate return when I could be um, listing cards on eBay or trying to source cards for grading. All of those things are going to be incredibly important this upcoming year for me. So um, I don't really know what I'm doing here. This could be just a waste of time, but I'm going to take a stab at it and try and follow through, and we'll see where it takes me. So one of the things I want to talk about, what I have been doing this last year, how well I did for the year. Um, I sold about $250,000 worth of um, primarily graded cards through a lot of different consignment places and things like that. Um, some sealed plays and things kind of earlier on in the year. A lot of those kind of started to dry up after after it felt like the beginning of 2025, where it just kind of got harder and harder to find anything for arbitrage, which is what I was doing. Just trying to buy near MSRP and sell to anybody that would buy the packs, at a 15 to 30% margin there. So, um, but yeah, a decent portion of that was probably sealed, maybe 10, 15% of that number, and then the rest was um, just sourcing grading plays, and then sending the cards off to be graded and sold through various consignment places. Um, Dan, Catch 'em All Collectibles, Z&G Emporium. Um, yeah, those were the two main ones, and then I also started my own Fanatics account and sold quite a bit on there as well. So, but yeah, sourcing TCG player cards primarily some Japanese cards from Bai. Um, did most of that, and whatever wasn't gradable, I sent off to other places. Skya, that one guy I think is his handle. He sells on TCG Player, and yeah, I mean there's just so many ways to just keep moving forward and um, keep that cash flow kind of coming in today's market, that it's just incredible. Just a lot of opportunities. And so yeah, I mean that was my business model for 2025, was just pretty much buy raw cards, sight unseen. 95% of the time, never really got a chance to look at the cards. Just ordered in mass and had them shipped to me. Opened them up every single night. I had, a whole bunch of packages. I was um, buying a lot of lower end stuff, like $5 to $10 cards, just stuff that seemed like it had a decent rate of return, in a CGC 10, or an excellent rate of return in a CGC Pristine, and then try not to grade any nines or anything lower, because you're definitely losing money. But um, yeah, that was the business model: buy on TCG Player, and look through the cards, see what was gradable, send the gradable stuff off to my own fanatics, or selling with Dan Catch 'em All Collectibles, um, and then whatever was left over, the grading misses, went to Skya, that one guy, for a good portion of the year. And then Grimer Collects is on Instagram, and he is on eBay Live, and he will consign your near mint singles on eBay Live. And a lot of those did pretty well. I mean, some of them I actually made money off of, which is pretty crazy for a grading miss. But overall, I probably like a net, 80, 70 to 90% overall. I didn't really track it too much, but um, yeah, it's incredible how much opportunity there is nowadays, between all the technology, all of the just ways that you can consign your cards, consign your sealed products, all sorts of things like that. Um, it's it's just insane. It's almost dizzying, how fast the market moves today, and just where it all feels like it's going. It's hard to keep your head wrapped around it sometimes. But yeah, it was a fantastic year. I never would have thought that at the beginning of 2025 I would have done that much in sales for the end of the year. But yeah, 2025 was just a year of just steady uh, steady sales, steady numbers for me, and really just kind of finding a repeatable process for the business. And um, just something that I plan on doing still this year, and still am. But I think I'm going to be kind of reversing things a little bit. I am starting my eBay back up again. I sold um, primarily on eBay from 2021 to 2024, and then well, even into 2025, I was still selling on eBay. But um, kind of just had a bad taste in my mouth from a booster box that I was scammed on, and just got kind of sick of eBay, and trying to deal with eBay of um, whether or not I'm going to get my money back for this box. And and one person telling me that I would, and going through the process, and um, um, just ended up being just a giant waste of time. Just so much paperwork of and time spent trying to trying to get my $250 back from this Surging Sparks booster box that this guy said was resealed, and it wasn't. I mean, it was fresh out of a case that I bought from a reputable source. Um, and I mean, I've lost a lot larger chunks than that since then, and I think I've just kind of learned to just try and trek along with it and just roll with the punches as best I can. If it's below $1,000 of I mean, I haven't been scammed for that amount, but between just bad grading plays, bad batches of cards coming in that just were not gradable, were damaged, and then do you want to make a claim with or try and work something out with the TCG player seller, and just time spent there, and just time, just constantly eating away at it. That's something that you really need to be cautious of in this space, because it can it can feel like it's all fun and games, and yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying this, so who really cares about time? But when you have a family, and you have other priorities, then those things cannot be allowed to stand in your life for long. So yeah, nowadays if I get a bad TCG player order, I just eat it, and send it off. Or what I'm going to be doing now, and what I wanted to kind of show off was this is my Rico FI 8170. I am going to be utilizing that pretty heavily for selling on eBay. That'll basically just auto feed, bulk cards or whatever cards you have into your scanner there, and it'll take an image front and back, and then there's a program called TCG Automate. Shout out to JankNDthings. That's such an insanely good program. What it does is just they have a database of cards, and it will just I think it uses some form of AI. I'm not real up on it, but it'll generate auto populate a CSV for your eBay that you can then just upload to your eBay of all the cards that you scanned in through your scanner, and then into the TCG Automate program. You upload your scans there, and it will just detect what set it is, just all based off of the image, and auto populate an eBay listing. And in the last week and a day, 8 days, I have put up close to 2,000 eBay listings. A lot of those were with my phone too. I just got the scanner last Friday, and I think I had about, like 900 scans just from my phone, or not scans, but actual photos taken with my phone. So yeah, that was I could not wait for that scanner to show up. And now that it's here, there's a few things I need to work out with it still. There's a little bar on the inside of it that lightly scuffs the back of your cards. I'm gonna try and get some perfect fit sleeves to try and guard against that. If you use just a regular sleeve, it'll just suck it right off, and just mess up your whole scan. So you can't do that. So I have some perfect fit sleeves that are coming, and I'm gonna try and give those a shot and see if that helps to guard against that. But I mean, what I've been doing, I have a whole bunch of near mint cards that I'll throw through there, and you can't really see anything if you're just holding the card up, just like so. But if you if you hold it to the light, you can see where it's scuffed down the middle of the card. So kind of frustrating there, but there's a couple things to try out yet before then, and if not, then I'll just, I guess, buy near mint cards and list them as lightly played. In the last week, I've gotten about I think close to 120 sales. So that was pretty good. Primarily all like just reverse hollows and hollows for Pokemon. There were some Magic the Gathering secret layer cards that have done pretty well on eBay, so that's kind of nice because it seems like there's some good EV from cracking those sealed, at least for the Deadpool ones. I think I made close to $100 on the hollow Deadpool, and not just that card, but the whole pack, and the whole secret layer pack, and I think you can get them on TCG Player for like $50 a piece or something, so $60 maybe. And I think I still have a few cards left to sell for the hollows, so that's good. That's always good to have sources like that you can just buy on the open market and hope to make a margin and pretty easily make a margin. So, but yeah, I've been using this TCG Automate program. That's pretty much exclusively what I've been doing this last week. Every single night I come downstairs after everybody's in bed upstairs and kind of go through and set up some scans. And usually what I've been doing at night is, since I've gotten the scanners, just scan at night, and then I'll take my computer with me to work tomorrow and go through the files and just make sure that everything looks good, upload it to my eBay, and I've been posting, on average about 200 to 300 listings a day. So I think I need to get some better product overall, though. I do have some cards coming from Japan, some art rares, just kind of bulk art rares, bulk EXs, and that sort of thing. I'm gonna throw those up there, see how they do, and yeah. Trying to think. I got some notes here. I think that's everything for what I wanted to talk about for what I was doing last year. This year, um, it's kind of hard to say for like a sales target goal or anything like that. Um, I'd like to obviously do more than what I did, but um, I don't know where I'm going to be with that. I guess the sale I guess the sealed arbitrage wasn't too much. A lot of that was just grading plays, and the way that 2026 is going, I don't see why I couldn't do the same amount of volume with the grading plays. Um, and I'm always, my mind is always at like this just crossroads of like, should I grade with only CGC? Should I try and do just buy it nows on my own Fanatics? Because Fanatics you can grade with CGC for $10 a card, and it will grade a whole lot faster than if you sent it into the. I think it's going up to like $15 or $16 a card for regular CGC bulk, and that's going to take 2 months. I don't know exactly, but it's going to take at least double the amount of time that it would take um, as just regular Fanatics. So yeah, and Fanatics is such a great program, or great consignment option and vault option. Um, it's just so seamless how it all works together. You can list your cards up there. Um, you don't have to deal with any of the buyers or anything like that. Since doing all this bulk here and stuff like that, I've had to message or answer buyers' questions and things like that, and it's it all just adds up into time I'll never get back, and hope that little things like bulk and things like that and YouTube can set me up for better success down the road to um, just be able to scale that. That each card I list on there, each video I make will hopefully eventually pay back some dividends. That it all just kind of it's it's all more than what you see right now, right here, right today. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm going to be trying to do for 2026 is more of the same. I have quite a bit with Dan's consignment service with CGC right now. That I think most of it's coming back grading, or has come back graded. There might be 3 or 4 more submissions left to come back, but yeah, that was selling cards with Dan was primarily, I think that was like 50% of my sales last year. Was um, just selling cards through him, consigning with him on Fanatics, and yeah, it's a great program. So um, yeah, I'm hoping to do the same amount, if not more, next year or this year, and we'll update you as things are going on. And I've really been enjoying this bulk thing. I sold on TCG Player for about a year, and I should have brought some water down here. But I sold on there for a year, and in my last video, I had a different space. I used to work in the oil field, and about 3 months into the oil field, I got what's called in North Dakota an oil field mortgage, and it was a good house, but it was just, since I've left the oil field, it was just way more than we needed, and the mortgage definitely showed that as well. But it had a larger space to allow for all these tables and things like that to be just set up in my office, and they all just had my TCG Player inventory. Where am I at here? All of these boxes, that's difficult. All of these boxes here are full with primarily Magic the Gathering. There was a lot of a lot of Magic the Gathering bulk that I bought in 2024, and yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed selling on TCG Player. The biggest thing that I didn't like was the inventory and having to uh, condition sort, set sort, alphabetize, and then after you get all that done, and you whether you just auto do it into the TCG Player website, or you have some sort of scanning tool that can upload a CSV. After you've done all that, you still have to integrate that new fresh inventory into your current inventory. You have to go through and sort all that into your inventory. What's nice about this TCG Automate program is there's just I don't know if you can see that, but there are just SKUs that I use here, that whenever I have something that's sold, I'll just come and on eBay it'll tell me the SKU, and I just go to that section of cards, and I look through and say, oh, I need a sibling rivalry from, whatever set this is. It doesn't matter. You don't have to set sort. Um, Now, a lot of my stuff is set sorted because I did sell with TCG Player, and I'm just kind of while I'm waiting for some better cards to sell on eBay. I am just kind of going through my TCG Player inventory because it's just sitting there, and um, it's just ready to go. So I've just been uploading that to my eBay with my scanner here, and yeah, that's been going well. But that was a long rambling point. But what all that was for is just to say that I don't really have the space to do TCG Player anymore, and I definitely don't have the space to sort, and I definitely don't have the space to keep all of my inventory open box so that I can go through and with TCG Player Direct, they send you reimbursement invoices for cards that they sell on your behalf, and you will then come to your inventory and pull all those cards that they sold on your behalf twice a week, I believe. And it's a good program. I think there's some hurdles to kind of get through. Towards the end there, I kind of like just selling on my own, and packing the orders myself. As odd as that sounds, for the first 5,000 orders that I did on TCG Player, I think they were all pretty much hand orders that I picked myself, packed myself, and shipped off myself. So um, it's good because now I'm pretty efficient when it comes to packing orders for eBay. Um, a lot of the stuff that I have is able to ship eBay standard envelope, and so that's basically the same process as what I did for TCG Player for packing. So that's helpful, and I really like. I don't know what it is about bulk, but I really enjoy bulk. Something about just kind of sorting through cards and categorizing them and getting them uploaded to your site, and just having the finished product of somebody buying cards from you, and you being able to supply them there, and just shipping them. It was like the first real, like, repeatable business model that I really kind of felt like I could make this work, whether you were breaking down commander decks or buying bulk off of eBay. Um, yeah, I mean, primarily all of this stuff back here, gosh, that's difficult. All that stuff back there is just bulk that I bought off of eBay and hand sorted myself. I did have a magic sorter for a little bit. It was, and if you don't know what that is, that's basically just a card sorter that will use like a little air suction cup to pick up the card and then move it to, after it scans the image, move it to where it goes, and it'll upload a CSV to your email, and you can then upload that to TCG Player and update it there. So it's pretty handy. But I ended up selling that. Just didn't really have the space for it. So um, yeah, it's a great time to be in the Pokemon hobby, and the TCG Player hobby, TCG hobby, Magic Gathering, Riftbound, all that stuff. I don't know what is going on. It just, when you think that it shouldn't be able to keep doing what it's doing, it just throws another leg up in the system, and just climbs another rung of the ladder, and things just keep just going nuts as far as the grading goes. I am starting to pay a bit more attention to singles and things like that with this new kind of setup that I'm trying out with TCG Automate and all that. So um, yeah, I'm gonna hopefully see some increases in singles from time to time, but Um, I don't really expect to do too much in that. I think grading will still primarily be the main source of my revenue in 2026. So, um, gosh, I lost my train of thought. I think there was something else I wanted to talk about, but yeah, that's what I got for. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Number one thing that you need to be doing in this space is just engaging, doing something that will gain you experience, mentally, physically packing orders, physically sorting cards, whatever it is. You have to engage in something. You cannot get, you know, analysis, paralysis analysis, one way or the other. You cannot get that. You have to do something. You have to make a decision somewhere, and just do something. Otherwise, you're not going to. I played I played RuneScape growing up. I played World of Warcraft growing up. You aren't gaining experience if you are not doing anything. You can't just sit here and consume content and think that you are learning more. You need to, if you have $500 to start with, you need to write out where you're going to spend every single penny of that $500, and where you think you can maximize it. And yeah, you need to do some analysis, but at the end of the day, you have to make a call. You have to understand that if you want to succeed in this, that you are going to have to take some risks, and that, that's just how it is. You're going to lose money at times, but overall, you just need to be trying to make sure that you're making more than you're losing. There's a lot of plays that I've sent off with Dan that if you looked at the micro cards, for that submission, um, that a lot of them lost money, but overall, that submission was, a net win. So you have to you have to try and it's harder when you're first starting out because you need to pay attention to the smaller numbers, because, well, it feels that much more. It feels that much more heavy when you have, all of your money wrapped up in one thing, whether it's $100, $500, $1,000. Like you're really kind of banking on that money to make a return. So, um, if I were starting out, I would be focusing on CGC cards, buying raw cards from TCG Player, probably like 50 cent to $10 cards, um, and getting them graded in a CGC slab. Um, that's going to be the fastest turnover time, overall, compared to PSA or BGS, any of it. It definitely doesn't have as much of a premium as PSA, or BGS, but you're going to be getting those cards faster. You can't sell something that you don't have. So lower end cards, 50 cents, dollar, whatever you want, and then just look at comps. Look at, I think Alt XYZ has a pretty decent um, comp structure for tracking sales, and just look at those sales, and you're going to have to live and breathe in the sales data, and not be worried about it at the end of the day. You need to use that as just a means to the end to make a decision on what you want to buy, what you want to grade, and one way or another, whether it's starting a CGC, or I'm sorry, a Fanatics account, or trying to reach out to somebody that sells CGC cards, that will consign them for you, or maybe grade and consign them. Reach out to Dan. Hopefully I'm pretty sure he's public with that. If not, sorry, Dan, and I'll ask for forgiveness later. But yeah, do something. You have to try and move forward doing something, um, and just figure out a way to track sales on things. Figure out a way to track pop report, whether it's manually going to CGC on a car that you think is you can buy for 50 cents and the last couple sold for, you know, $20 to $22 in a CGC 10 and $30 to $35 in a CGC pristine. You know, that's the kind of stuff that you need to be looking for, is so you can spread yourself, you know, spread that risk around a bit more, rather than just going out and buying a Charizard SIR from Phantasmal Flames. You know, if you buy that off a TCG player, yeah, in a PSA 10, it's going for close to $2,000. But that's a $700 card. There's a lot of kind of around the borders. There's a lot of kind of like rolled corners and things like that. If you get hit one of those, then it might grade a 9, you know, in a PSA, but you're gonna have all that money tied up for. Yeah, I mean, if you send it bulk, and that's the only way you'll make money on a 9 is if you send it bulk. You're gonna have all that money tied up for 5 months, um, and if it hits a CGC 9, then you're gonna lose money. You know, so um, make a decision. Lower end cards. Send to CGC. Uh, Sell on your own Fanatics, make an account there. It's not too hard. Sell on your own eBay, and try and do that if you want to. That's definitely an option. Or try and find somebody that will consign your cards for you, and maybe even grade your cards, and pay your grading fees up front so that you can just source cards. Yeah, that's what I got, guys. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Put in the chat, boom, like and subscribe, comment, like and subscribe, all those things that you're supposed to do, because if you watch the video this long, you should be doing that. So, yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for taking the time if you made it this far, and hopefully I'll catch you guys next week with some more updates and some more ramblings. So that's it. Thank you.